Hi there, this is MC Oda, and welcome back to my single-player world where I am playing Minecraft with no crafting tables. This is the Iron Farm. You saw me build it 2 episodes ago, you saw me tweak it 1 episode ago, and I've got one more tweak to do. So one of my viewers, DM Bar, he came up with an incredibly awesome design. He kind of took my problems here that I was having and worked out a solution and shared that with me, and I'm going to implement that today. So let me tell you what the crux of the problem is. So essentially, the way this iron farm is designed, and most of them are designed, is you have to use walls for this outer bit, wall blocks instead of solid blocks. And that is because the iron golem, when they spawn too close to the wall, they'll kind of clip into the wall, and then the water will kind of push them through the wall. So they'll either kind of ride up and pop out the top, or they'll kind of get pushed to where they're kind of inside and outside the wall and just kind of get stuck there. And if it's a solid block, yeah, they'll just kind of get stuck there like that, and it kind of messes up the flow of the farm. They could get out and get loose, they could just not die, whatever. So you have to use these walls, but with these walls in use, what happens, and you know what, I went and came down. Okay, there we go. Now, because they're walls, though, you have this gap between where the water stops and where the wall begins. And whenever an iron golem dies, the drops will often get caught in that little gap. And because of that, my solution to fix it was to get 3 hoppers covering this entire corner, so that when the golem dies, even if the iron ingots kind of fall right here, they'll get pulled into this hopper. Now, this solution used 3 hoppers, and I am playing with no crafting tables, so hoppers are a very, very, very limited resource for me. I only have the few that I've found in a trial chamber, which I think is about 5. Now, I was looking for a solution where I could get it back down to 1 hopper. I did have an idea, and my idea was going to be to like dig essentially a trench of water kind of underneath the blocks and have it flow down and maybe dump into a single hopper, and then just hope that the items that the golem dropped would fall between it like that. But I'm not actually certain if that would work or not. I kind of feel like it would, but I like the M-bar solution better, so I'm going to try that. So, first of all, let me go ahead and suit up, because you never know when an unexpected mob is going to show up behind you. And let's see. There we go. Let me kind of disable the current farm. Pull this piece of water out here. And we might get an iron golem or 2 spawn while I'm doing this, and that's okay. They can wander around until I'm done working. There we go. Okay. If you didn't see last episode and you're wondering why there's banners here, signs are even more rare in my style of play. I only have 3 signs to date, and these basically behave the same way as signs to hold back the liquid without burning, hold back the lava. So I was able to obtain more of these banners than I was able to signs, so that's why I'm using those. So we're going to switch back to solid blocks, and now let's see. I think he did this as a square instead of a rectangle. Let's see. You know what, buddy? You're free for now. I'm going to go ahead. Let me take down this wall. I'm going to get some more flooring material, and I'm going to make this spawning pad just a little bit larger. I'm going to make it a square, and I'm going to build some walls around that square, and then I'll come back to you. All right? I'll see you in just a moment. No! You'd think I had never played Minecraft before. Oh my god, I make the stupidest... See, this is why I get scared playing hardcore, because I will die to something really incredibly stupid. Yeah, I was just mining stuff up, and I accidentally smacked him with my pick, and he returned the favor. He smacked me with his giant iron fist. Okay. All right. Let me finish this, and I'll stay away from him, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, before I finish this wall, I wanted to pause and show you what's going on here. So here, this is the crux of the design here. So these are going to be solid walls, and these are going to be 2 thick walls. And what we have here in the base, okay, this right here, these are stairs just so that I can actually access and open this chest. So that's a backward stair block to keep this side nice and flat. And then this is an upside down stair block so I can actually reach the chest. Okay. Now, you see how I have 1, 2, 3 holes kind of punched into the corners of the bottom layer here. What I'm going to do, okay, so let me just demonstrate. So I'm going to put a bucket of water here. Now look at how that water flows. It kind of flows this way, but you see how it's flowing away from the wall? Okay? This is really, really important. Let me go ahead and put the other 2 buckets of water down, and then I'll kind of talk about how that's important, and I'll kind of show you, when you can see the whole picture, what the flow of the water is like. Okay, so you can see from each corner, the water flows in, and then it kind of flows diagonally towards the center. So it's pulling the water away from the walls and not along the wall or into the wall. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So the water is flowing away from the wall. Okay? Everywhere you can see the water, it's flowing away from the wall, not towards the wall. Okay? However, because there is nothing in that corner, eventually, whatever is floating in this water will go to that corner. Okay? Just like that bucket just did. And even if I kind of throw it all the way up here, it goes around and eventually makes it its way to that corner because, oops, wrong keys. Even though they're flowing away from the wall, as soon as they match, the path of least resistance is that way, so they all end up meeting and then flowing that direction. So, the idea here, and I say idea, oh, what happened? Oh, how'd that get in my offhand? That was weird. Okay. I must have hit a key by accident. Okay. I was going to say it's not an idea because it worked in practice. So what happens is, when the golem spawns like right next to one of these walls, like he was whenever I was trying the solid blocks, instead of the water like pushing him towards the wall, and then that was forcing him to get like kind of glitched into the wall because he would spawn here, but his hitbox is larger than that, so he would spawn partially in the wall. While when the water was pushing him against this corner, the water would actually push him further into the wall, and he would either just get stuck here, or he'd pop out the other side, or he would kind of glitch upwards and then fall out. In this case, what happens is when the golem spawns right here, and he's partially in this wall, the water, he starts taking like a point of damage from being suffocated, but then the water pulls him away from the wall. It actually pulls him out into the center a little bit, and then pushes him into the corner to be burned by the lava. This is an insanely brilliant idea. This is such a cool idea. I absolutely love it. So that's what I'm implementing. So now I'm just going to go ahead and build these walls up nice and tall. So I think just having them too thick is going to work, right? So basically I'm going to essentially do this right here. Nice and tall. I think that should work. Now, the way he had it was, this was actually a hole in the ground, so technically his walls were like infinite. But I'm pretty sure a too thick wall is going to work for this same design. So let me go ahead and finish building up this wall, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is done. So this is the new design. I have the top of this wall are half slabs so that they are unspawnable. And let me just, but yep, as you can see, that bottom layer is exactly as I described to you, and I put these the same little banner trap here for the lava up here in the corner. So this should be fully functional unless that lava is too tall for the. I think that lava is too tall for the golem. Hold on a second, because I made it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I made it 4 high because in his example it was 4 blocks high. I made it 4 high plus the slab. So let me Let me actually put that down one. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh, I'm stuck inside. Rumble. Come on, I just gotta get out. Oh, I'm breaking the farm, breaking the farm. There we go, okay. Where are my banners? There they are. Okay, now let me put this lava in the correct place. So it's gonna be on. So essentially, if you want to see where to put the flags, the banners, essentially you say, this is where the lava is going to be, right? And then what you can do is you can kind of like say, okay, I need one on this side here, and one underneath it, right? That's how you place them. There's no magic to it. There we go. And now to demonstrate that, I hopped down in the farm, didn't I? You'd think I would learn. You would think. Let's see. Get that there. There. Okay. All right. Now let me put the lava back in place. In the correct place. There we go. So that way, I think it was too high for the golem to hit the way I had it. There we go. That is perfect. I technically could put a lid on this, but I'm not going to. And let me just go ahead and finish this off because I need to make sure that all of this is not spawnable as well. Okay, there we go. Now I need to get rid of this guy so that they can spawn more because the guys below realize that he is out here. All right. What's that little swooshy thing? See how the top of my screen there's like little swooshy marks? Is this new? This is just unbreaking. I wonder if that's like the sweeping edge animation or something. Either that's new or I've never noticed it before. Okay. So, let's get ourselves a vantage point so we can watch this in action whenever something does spawn. Okay, let me just make this unspawnable. There we go. Alright, let's wait for someone to spawn here. Okay, well he spawned in the middle of the... Wait a second, dude. What are you doing getting stuck in the middle? Did I mess up the water flow whenever I broke that one block to get out? You, sir, need to move forward. See, like if I throw something down... I need to see what happened to that. Oh, interesting. Oopsie. I'm not sure why he's getting stuck in the middle. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Let me... Don't look at me with those sad eyes. Look. What could stop that from happening? How can we prevent that? Yeah, there's like a little bit of a dead space. So if you throw an item, the item gets caught up in the flow. Oh gosh, that was my bow. Oh, see that got stuck there too. But if you go something like that, it kind of like the flow takes it. Okay, let me reevaluate this. See what the heck is going on there. Oh, come on. I saw this in action. It was working just fine. I wonder if it's too big. I wonder if I made it too big. Hold on a second. Let me... What just happened? Oh, he got stuck. Okay. Let me go check on a few things and, I need to get my bow back. Okay, let me go check on a few things and I'll be right back with you. Get out of the water. Get out of the water. There we go. Okay. Okay, this is my bad. This is not the design's problem. He has a 4x4 room, not 5x5 room. So I'm going to have to rebuild this a little bit here. And let me get back to you. And this, when I get back to you, this will be a 4x4 room instead of a 5x5 room. And I think that'll eliminate the dead space in the water there, in the water flow. Okay. Okay, so this should be ready to go. This interior of this room is now 4x4, otherwise it's exactly the same. Let's see. Let me start getting the water and the lava in place. So we'll put one in that corner. And then one in that corner. And one in, well, this corner. And the lava. I'm going against the flow of water here with no special boots. Okay, put the lava back here. And get through. Okay, here we go. So we'll put one above that. And then 1, 2. Okay. Exact same design. It is just 4x4 interior instead of 5x5 interior. All right, now let me take care of this fella here so we can get a new golem spawned. Okay, now if you're wondering why I'm using tough blocks for all this, so I basically off camera I spent a little bit of time down in the trial chamber just pulling out some blocks. So I got a bunch of tough and copper and stuff, and I was just going to use that to kind of decorate up this build a little bit. So that's where that all came from. So let me make this not spawnable. Okay, now hopefully, there's that one little dead spot there. I hope that's not going to cause a problem. I think as far as the golem is concerned, he would be in the lava at that point. So even if... Oops. What is that? Oh. So even though there might be a little bit of a dead spot right there in the water flow, I think the golem would still be pulled into the lava. So let's see what happens when one spawns. Okay, you saw that. He spawned kind of next to the wall, and the water kind of still pulled him towards that corner. So that worked out really well. So I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit of time, and I'm just going to watch. I'm going to watch as many spawn as I can and just see, make sure no one gets stuck, no one gets pushed into a wall, no one gets stuck in the water flow, just to make sure that this is going to actually work. Okay, yeah, that is perfect. You saw how he spawned in the wall. He took a point of damage right when he spawned, but then the water quickly pulled him away from the wall, and then he got down through the water flow just fine. I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work. This is fantastic. All right, awesome. So again, thank you DM Bar for this solution. I think that is probably the cleanest, most low-tech solution we can get. We now have a iron farm that uses all solid blocks. It is completely lossless. No iron can get caught anywhere. It will all go into the hopper. And it only uses one single hopper. So that's pretty awesome. Well, now I'm thinking I would like to build something around this so it's not just a big, ugly square block. And I can pretty much do anything I want so long as the tops of whatever blocks I place are not spawnable. So, like I said, I cleared out a bit of a, I went down into the trial chamber and I cleared out a bunch of blocks and I just got a bunch of tough and tough and copper. And I think I might even still have some in the chest over here. I was really down there. I went through like 3 of the enchanted iron pickaxes. Yeah, that was pretty much all of it. Okay, yeah, so that was pretty much everything. So, all right, let's build us some kind of decorative thing around this iron farm. So, I think the rest of this episode is just going to be building. You know, haven't really done much of that in this this series yet. This is a very survival-based series. So I've just been doing a whole lot of survival and looking for some unique resources and stuff. And I haven't done much building yet. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I have nothing at all planned for this build. I have no design scheme in mind. I got a loud car going down the street. Sorry if you heard that. But I figured, why don't I just, let me dump some of this. Okay, I've got inventory now full of iron and stuff. You know, actually, I can put that right. Well, let's see. We'll leave that empty for now. Okay, did you hear? I don't know if you heard that over me talking. You heard the golem take 1 point of damage when he spawned. He went, and then a pause, and then he got pushed. So that was the same thing. He spawned in the wall, the water pulled him out, and then pushed him into the lava. So this is going to work beautifully. All right, let me dump some of this stuff that I don't need back in my inventory over here and at home, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to start building this thing. All right, that's right. I forgot. We found scaffold down there in the trial chamber, so I actually have some scaffolding I can use to help me with this build. That's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, so like I said, I have no ideas in mind about what I want to build or what I want this thing to look like. I just know that I wanted to start building something around this. So this spot that's marked off, this is kind of the spawn radius for this farm, right? So I have an option. I can make the build smaller than this and then still make this outer part non-spawnable somehow, whether it's through path blocks or slabs or leaves or garden, you know, something. So the build doesn't have to come out to the edge of this, but the build could come out to the edge of this. So that's the first decision. Now this build is off-centered a little bit because it's like an even numbered thing now. And so there's probably more blocks on this side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And on this side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really off-centered. So here it's, yeah, so here it's like 6 on one side, 7 on the other, and here it's 7 on one side and 8 on the other. This is a weird space. I don't know how big this range actually is supposed to be. But the build, so the build is going to have to be more centered around this space and not centered around the little chamber that I just made. Okay, that's all I was trying to figure out there. So, let's see. So let's try this. Hold on a second. Let me get the middle again. I don't know why I just pulled those torches up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the center. Go in this direction. Okay. And then let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then in here we got like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the center going this direction. Okay. Just got to mark our centers so we know we don't build the entire build lopsided or anything weird. Okay. Now what do I want to build? I could make the build to where we kind of go inside this. We're going to have to go inside a thing, right? So we can access this, and we can get up over it if we want to do any maintenance. So however big this thing is, we're at least going to have a comfortable amount of space inside of it to come here. So, let's see. Did I get any doors? I did get a couple of doors. So, if the outer wall of this thing was, say, oh, I can't, oh my gosh. I can't, oh, that's right, I can't, of course I can't put a door on a path block. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Let's see, we'll go polish tough for the floor here. And that's going to have a door on it. So this will be kind of our way in. And then we can come in here and get that. And then leave again. Okay. Okay, so I think this is going to be our outer wall of whatever our build is. So let's just mark off some stuff. Okay. Let's okay. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out from that. Okay, so if this was the outside of our build, then it's going to come right up to the wall here. But then we're going to have a gap on this side for maintenance. But then there will be no entrance in on this side. Okay. I think I want to pull it maybe one more so that there's at least some freedom to do stuff over here. Like that. So now what I'm thinking is this is kind of like the inside, and then we have like some kind of like exterior decorative kind of, hello. Yeah, see, this is going to happen while I'm building it. These guys are going to be spawning out here where I'm working. So we could have something like that. Oh, that works out really well, actually. Something like that where we have some kind of decorative bit like this, and then like an interior part there. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. That's pretty cool. Let me lay that down as a base and see what that... So we're going to have like a 2, then a 2, then a 1, and then a 2, then a 2. Okay. So we got a 2 gap, and then we got a 2 gap, and then a 1 gap, and then a 2 gap, and then a 2 gap. There we go. 2. Okay. I think that's a nice kind of footprint for this, and then this is our door to go in. You know what? I already want the door on this side. Okay. So with doors, right? So whenever I come into a place, I have to think about if I'm usually going to be coming from here, then whenever I come here, when I open this door, I'll kind of be hitting this wall. So I want this wall to be the one where I'm not impeded, right? So like if I'm coming from here and I kind of come around this corner and hit this wall, right? Whereas if I was coming from this side and I came in here to open this door, I would often get bonk, stuck bonk, like that. So I kind of think about what direction I'm going to be entering a building from when I think about what side the door opens on. Just a little thing that I like to do. Make life just a little bit easier. Okay, this whole build isn't going to just be tough bricks. But I need to go ahead and get something, a base in place. A base in place. So let's go ahead and just start, I'm just going to start building up what we just did here. I'm going to build a couple layers onto it, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, well this is a start. I have this up here to the top of this now. Let's see. This is just a start, the start of something here. Okay, first thing I'm thinking is I don't think I want all of those to stretch all the way to the top of whatever this is. So let's see, maybe we can, let's see here. Let's make some of these into stairs. Let's make about half a stack of them into stairs. Let's do the full stack, why not? There we go. Let's see, so maybe if we do... Let's see. Just trying some designs here. Let's see. Let's put a stair block here. So like maybe these middle ones will kind of stop at this point. And then it'll go kind of in like that. Okay, so like these are decorative. These middle ones here are decorative and not structural. Okay, I kind of like that. Let me just do it on this side too, just to... I kind of like to do this, kind of keep them matching so I'm seeing the design a little bit. Okay. That's kind of cool, whatever this is. This is already looking like it's going to be very strongholdy, very guarded tower kind of. I mean, it's a giant iron golem farm. It makes sense that it's a big, tough, strong building. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Obviously, all this brick is going to have to be broken up somehow. Now, we can do it with the copper. So there's a bunch of waxed copper. We got copper grates. Got some trap doors. Let's see. What if we... How could we work some copper into this design and make it look decent? There's not too many of these chisel... Oh, there's these bulbs. Ooh. Yeah, the bulbs. Let's see. So maybe if... Okay, let's try this. So let's say that one's a bulb. And we can actually turn those bulbs on. And then we had... Let's see. Let's see, maybe some copper like this. That's kind of cool, I think. Maybe. Kinda. Not loving it. Not loving it. Not loving it. But this is what we do, right? This is what we do. We try things out. I'm looking for anything that can be turned into a button. Seriously, I got nothing on me. You know what? You're going to be a floating tree for a while. I just need a button. A button. That's it. You know, I'll make all of these buttons. Just so I can turn this bulb on and see what it looks like. There we go. Okay, I'm not loving that. Not loving it. What other options do we have here? We could do some of these into, let's see, we can do this. So I think they stay waxed, but they get this, this cut. Wait a minute, was that supposed to go? Yeah, 1 turns into 4. Okay. For some reason, I thought I put a quarter of a stack in there. I was expecting a whole stack. Okay. Let's see. Maybe if we work in... Cut copper into these corners here. Okay. Breaks up the texture a little bit. I feel like something has to go here. Still not loving that. Okay. Let's see. What if we did some polished tough? Let's see. What if we did some polished tough walls? Let's see what that looked like. Maybe there. That's not terrible. And then I don't know what we're going to do with like a top, but maybe something like that can go there. It's looking kind of cool, I suppose. Not my favorite thing yet. Not my favorite thing. Let's see. What do I not like about it? What do I not like about this? Do I need to work some of the green copper in somehow? I mean, I could always unwax that, but I don't have wax to re-wax it. So if I unwax it, it's going full green. Can I work these grates in? But see, as soon as you put the grates in, though, you're going to see inside the building. And I don't think I want to see inside the building. Let's see. I do have some of these trap doors. There are not a ton of them. But what if I do something like this? Just to kind of break things up a little bit. Because you got the green of that door. This is not looking terrible. We stick another wall here for whatever reason that's going to do. Okay. Okay. Now, do we remove this and bring the copper all the way down? Or end it with more cut? No. Because that looks all weird and uneven. However, I could be sold on putting a cut and a cut. So it's kind of like a box. And then just bricks again. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. How many trapdoors do I have? I have 29 more, so if this was like 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. Well, let's just do it to this do this design to this corner and see what the corner looks like. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, when you see it at the angles, it helps to kind of break it up a little bit. It gives it some depth. Okay. I'm gonna carry that same design around this entire building, and then I'll come back when that's done, and we'll see how we want to continue this design. Whoa! That looks pretty cool. That design worked really well once it's filled out. That's pretty cool. Okay. So now we got to figure out what kind of a top do we put on this thing, and do we do any decorative bit in here? Also, do these bulbs be oxidized? That's do we have an oxidized bulb? Okay, we do have an oxidized bulb. Let's do an oxidized bulb and see what that looks like. Okay, I got too much stuff in my inventory. Okay, let's see. Let's move you. Hello? Okay. Must have fallen inside. We'll have to get that. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and give this some power. And then we'll just break that. Okay, let's see what the oxidized light looks like. I like that better. It helps pull that green through a little bit. It breaks up the orange. Yeah, I like that. And one thing it's darker. It's a darker light than this. So whenever they oxidize, the light actually gets darker. But that's okay. We don't need it to be light. So basically, I'm gonna unwax these, and then I'll just let them age naturally. And eventually they'll all turn green. Okay. And even though this is aged, I think it's actually waxed. Yep, there we go. Oh, lighten up. That's a... If you unwax a bulb, you get an achievement. Okay, so those will all green up on their own. Okay, so now... Do we want to do anything with this little middle bit here? Maybe, let's see. Is there anything we can do with this copper? Okay. What about the bottom here? Do we do anything in the bottom, or do we just let it be? We do have more of these trap doors. We could just do something simple like that. All right, let's do it. Cool. I'm liking this. This is pretty neat. Let's just make sure the other side doesn't look stupid. Hey, kitty. These guys get around. They're spawning way over there. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. Okay, so this and this. This right here is a huge pet peeve of mine. If you can see that pixel of dirt underneath, that looks really, really terrible to me. But also where these walls and now these trap doors, they form a solid block. So something other than dirt will have to be underneath those. It's kind of a waste of a chisel, but it's kind of a slightly different texture. That's kind of cool underneath those. Okay, I'm liking that. What if we put another one next to it? Does that look stupid? Nope, that looks fantastic. Okay. Let me do that on all of these. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like those. Pretty darn cool, if I must say so myself. Let's see. Let me get a bite to eat here and think about what's next. Okay, that wasn't very long of a bite. First thing I need to do is are these going to be path blocks? If these are going to continue to be path blocks, I must do this. Could just go boring flat top with some kind of design in the blocks. The whole top will have to be non-spawnable. So whatever we do at the top, it's going to have to be half slabs. Half slabs. What do we do? What do we do with this? So this top is going to have to be. This will have to be slabs across this. I'm assuming in this corner as well. What else could go in this corner that's not spawnable? Like if we put a block here, we'd have to put something on top of that block. Let's see. Let me think about that while I put slabs on top of these little wall bits here. Okay, good enough, good enough. Boy, I'm so used to free cam. You free cam out and take a look. Well, that's a different kitty. Oh, hello there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. So now as far as the inside of this, the rest of the ceiling. So this right here is solid block, which is spawnable. That is unspawnable, but it's also the top of the farm. I have no idea if, like, when a golem spawns in here, if this was covered up, would that cause any problems? I don't feel like it would. Okay, so those stairs are in place. So now what I'm thinking is the rest of this is just slabs, but we could do something maybe with like a design. So we could have like the polished slabs. Let's see. I might have to do this interior too. Because even though that's not visible from the outside, that's going to annoy me. So, okay, let's see. First of all, let me take care of this golem because I think at this point we're pretty good with the spawns where I'm building. That I think we can start actually getting some golem spawning. All right, buddy. Oh, I have to like. Oh! Oh, come on. Why did I think going up on scaffolding would work for this? So we could do maybe a ring of copper around the outside. Okay, there we go. Ring of copper, and then maybe we'll do more brick. Oh. But I'm wondering if we now do like stairs back up. Like oh, need more equipment. Magic iron. Thank you for the magic iron. Did that level you up? Oh, you got like one little sliver. Can I level you up? Here you go. Did that level? Ooh, diamond pickaxe. Efficiency 2. I mean, it could be better. I feel like it could be better, but I'm not going to complain. It's my first trade for a diamond pickaxe. It's really, really good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Villager. I'll have to buy one of those for that really expensive price later. Okay, so this is going to raise it back up to this level. Not sure what that's accomplishing, but it's doing something, I think, maybe? Why aren't any golems spawning? There should be golems spawning in here, I feel like. It does take them a while. You really do need that zombie scaring them to get... Wait a second. There's spawnable squares out here. Those are spawnable squares. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I'll go. Okay. So now, if we were to do, let's do like some of this this green copper in here as bottom slabs. Okay, like this. Okay. And we could just do like glass, so like we could see inside this thing. It might be kind of cool. Or we could do the actual polished this type of slabs here. Like that. Let's see what that looks like. That's not bad. I feel like we could do something else up there. Okay. So these have to be not spawnable. So I'm thinking, what do we do there? What do we do there? What do we do there? We could put something there. We could put something like a button, right? Boring little button. Or we could do something like leaf blocks in here. Although this just doesn't feel like a build that gets leaf blocks. Although, you know what? Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't they have leaf blocks? Because even though it's a big, tough stronghold thing, we could put a little greenery around it, a little life to it. Do we have any leaf blocks already sheared down here? There's some oak leaves. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's see. If we put oak leaves in these little spots. Oh gosh, that one is as well, isn't it? Ugh. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, those leaves don't look bad. They don't look bad at all. Okay. Okay, and I could put a pressure plate there. That would be one way to solve that. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So that will stop this one. Yeah. I need to do a better entrance into my base. And I need to make the base better. You know, I need to concentrate on doing some building. Maybe next episode I'll work on that base. Let's see. Let me get a pressure plate here. Oh, I like that better anyway. I feel like something else has to be done up here. This just feels too flat and boring. We'll address that in a second. Let's just go ahead and get rid of Mr. Iron Pants. Where is he? There he is. Hey, Mr. Iron Pants, come over here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so hopefully they'll start spawning in the farm again. What do we have right now? We got 37. Let me pull those out so we can get a fresh look at things. All right, so right now I think this right now is completely encased and it is completely unspawnable. So the only place those iron golems should be able to spawn now should be in the lava, in the little killing chamber. I hear one. There we go. It's working. It's working. There we go. 3 iron. Perfect. All right. So, do I want to finish off this roof with anything? I feel like it should. I feel like it needs a little something else. Let's see. I could maybe do some little stairs up right there. And then... or maybe some walls. Let's do something like... wall... oh, that's right. Yeah, because they're... okay. Okay, like walls here. And we'll do Let's see, let me break this out of there. Have to be careful not to fall into this thing. Okay. So we'll do this, and then this will kind of come up a little bit more like this. Okay. And then on top of these, we do copper stairs? Copper stairs. And then we do one of those. I'm just layering blocks. I don't really know what I'm doing. And then that. How does that look? Not bad. Not great, but not bad. What would make that look better? What would make that look better? Some lanterns. Lanterns. Up top there. Okay. That looks cool. Now, would this be overdoing it if I put lanterns here as well? No, I think that looks fine. I think that looks fine. Now, what can I do with the maybe the corners or the sides of this to give it a little bit more interest? Right? So now we've got this decorative thing in the middle, and then it's just flat boringness all the way around the rim. So can we mimic a little bit of that on these corners without it looking stupid? Keywords there. Without it looking stupid. Let's see. Let's do this first of all. Okay. I mean, is it as simple as just that? I mean, it can't be that simple. I mean, it could be. So we could do something like 2 bricks going up, and then we've got that thing here with the walls. And a lantern. How does that look? Oh gosh, I need to sleep. I'm going to get surrounded by bad guys. Okay. That looks stupid. That's how that looks. Okay. Okay, that did not look good. So maybe it is as simple as just putting that there with a lantern on it. I mean, keep it simple, right? Yeah. Perfect. Right, you don't have to overdo it. I think that's good. I think... Is this done? I think this might be done. I don't think we need to do anything else up top. Let's see. The inside... Do I care about the inside? I'm just be coming in here to get... Oh, look at that. We've already got 26 more iron. I don't think I care too much about the exposed pixels in here because I'm not really going to be in here ever doing anything. But let's just not worry about that for now because that's not a big deal. I think this build is done. I think this looks pretty cool. Yeah. It's hard to see in the rain. It's not hard to see, but it would look nicer if it wasn't raining. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is this done? Do we need anything more? Can we decorate up a little bit more? Does that line right there feel a little too thin? And if it did feel a little thin, how would we correct it? Remember, things have to stay not spawnable. We could put... I think it's gonna be fine, honestly. Let's see. So we could put like in the middle here. I hear kitty. I wonder if there's a kitty in here. Did these guys just spawn a kitty? We could do something like this. Let's see. Is this the middle? That kitty sounds awfully close. I bet he's down inside this thing. I don't like it in its current incarnate. I just want to see if this guy's in here. I hear you. I wonder if he's in the water. No, I just heard him from the right. It sounded like he was. He might be down in with the village. It's a little Siamese. Oh my gosh. You know, and you're stuck there. I want to get you. I want to get you. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't want you to despawn. Okay, so I think it was Millie. I think Millie told me they do despawn after a couple minutes when they spawn in like this in a village. So they're definitely not permanent. But she said, well, first of all, do I have raw fish? I have no raw fish. Of course I don't. I think she said you can actually get it on a lead and it won't despawn if it's on a lead. Do I have a fence? Okay. Oh, I want the little Siamese cat. This is awesome. It's my second favorite. My second favorite. My favorite is the calico. My second favorite is a little Siamese. Okay, so boop. Okay, can I actually pull you out of the wall? I can just do this. So you won't despawn, right? So then I can break this. I just freed you. Well, hello, little one. Okay, I'm not going to be too friendly with you yet because you're not mine. You're still unhappy with me. I'm going to take this bed with me in case I've... Okay, I'm going to go get you some fish. Because I want to keep this kitty. Alright, let's find some more fish. More fish. I have a feeling 5 isn't going to be enough for this guy. He seems kind of feisty. I don't know why he seems feisty. He doesn't seem feisty at all. He was sitting very still. Honestly, he was trapped. He's probably really, really hungry. And he'll be really grateful. Sounds like the farm's still working. Are you still over? No. Hey, I thought they were supposed to not despawn if they were on leads. I don't think he got away. I think he despawned. Well, dang it. Man. Boy. How long do they last? Because that was only a couple of minutes. That was not long enough. I lost my kitty. I'm not happy about it, but that's okay. What was I doing? Trying to make this thing look a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so if we're going to do that, I think it has to be 3. I think it has to be... three, right? Because this is like 1, and then there's 1, and this is like 3, and then there's 3. Yeah? Yeah? Something, why is this not looking good to me? Why is this not looking good to me? Let's see, what if this one was like that. That looks better. Does that... I was going to say, if that got a lantern, it would have to be another half a block taller. I think that looks good. I think I'm not going to keep fighting with that. There we go. That is good enough. Let me do that on the other 3. Now, the big question. Is this done? Is this done? Boom. Boom. Ah. I can't have a final reveal with that in the way. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. Now, is this done? Is this done? Boom. Hey, that looks pretty good. I must say, that looks pretty darn good. I came into this not knowing at all what I would build. This is a completely freehand. You saw the entire build process. I had nothing. The only thing I had planned was I pulled resources out of the trial chamber. That was the only plan, was just some of the resources I would use. This looks pretty darn good. This is pretty awesome. I wonder, would this be getting stupid right here? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that looks pretty good. Let me do this down around these edges here. That does at least light up the area a bit, so stuff like that doesn't have to be here anymore. Or that. Those were actually markers. Those weren't there for light. Yep, I don't think those lanterns ruined anything. I think it actually pulled that color through. I think that looks pretty nice. All right. Nice. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think this I think that build is done, and I think this episode is good to go. So, yeah, this is awesome. So, thank you, DM Bar, for this awesome redesign of the farm. I think so far it seems to be working perfectly great. I can hear the golems dying in there while I was building, and yeah, I think it's a lossless farm now with as few hoppers as I needed, which is just a single one. Yeah, and that's perfect. This build, I like it. I think it looks pretty awesome. That's again, this outside, I might not just leave it in a ring of path blocks. I might do something there, like put a little wall or something around it. I'm not sure. I think a wall might actually block it, so I think I might just leave it the way it is, actually. Yeah, I don't know. What would you do anything with these path blocks? Let me know. What would you do? Because I have to keep the non-spawnability out this far. And wait a second. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Oh man, I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. That's just the way it is. Whatever I do down here, it's just gonna have to be more on this side. Anyway, if you have any ideas on what I can do instead of just path blocks surrounding this, maybe I could put you never know. I could just do like a little half slab ring around here. I don't know, anything at all. Anything that keeps it non-spawnable. That's the big thing there is non-spawnable, because we need to make sure that all of the iron golems spawn inside this box, and we're up to a stack of iron already just since I've been working on the roof of this thing. All right, so I think that is done for real this time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you have any ideas of something I can do around the edge there instead of path blocks, just throw it down in the comments. And yeah, thanks for coming by. I'll catch you later. Yay, Iron Farm is done. Woo! Bye.